Welcome! You just became a spacer. That means you are now part of the Metro Pacific Hospital Holdings Incorporated supplier network. That's because you're now connected to the first nationwide chain of hospitals in the Philippines who work together to achieve a common goal. We consolidate, we align, we negotiate. Now let's get started! Based on your location setting, you are currently at West Metro Medical Center. Let's get started by sharing with you our medicine sourcing request for quotation journey. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as we navigate through the process. The MPHHI Medicine Sourcing RFQ's main objective is to partner with our suppliers in providing the best prices for our medicine requirements that will not only benefit our hospitals but our patients and customers as well. The project started in 2013 with the top 199 generic medicines. Over the years, we have expanded the project to cover all our medicine requirements for both inpatient and outpatient pharmacies across all member hospitals. Participated in by more than 200 distributors and principals. Upon submission of RFQ commercial and technical requirement, supplier proposals will be evaluated on the basis of their responses to all questions and requirements stipulated in the RFQ. MPHHI Hospital Group shall notify successful suppliers that their proposal has been accepted through a notice of award that will be valid for a period of 2 years. MPHHI does not have a centralized purchasing department. We only do group negotiation on behalf of our member hospitals for their medicine requirements. Once approved, a consolidated list of all medicines will be forwarded to the member hospitals. Each hospital will create a purchase order of their requirement based on the agreed commercial terms with the supplier. Suppliers are encouraged to submit alternative price offers to complete our database. In case that the medicine listed is already deleted, pruned, divested, or no longer marketed, indicate them in the proposal as well, so that they can be removed from the list. There are 4 different medicine sourcing models for our hospitals: inpatient medicines, outpatient medicines, industrial medicines, and medicines for government institutional programs. First are the inpatient medicines. This pertains to drugs or medicines that are administered to patients confined in the hospital. The selling price of the inpatient medicines have higher markup since the cost of hospital services are incorporated in the cost of the medicine. Next are outpatient medicines. These medicines are intended for retail-type pharmacies located in the hospital premises. It has lower markup compared to inpatient medicines. All MPHHI-owned outpatient pharmacies implement price match guarantee program. Thus, selling price must be competitive to other retail pharmacies such as Mercury Drug, Rose Pharmacy, Negros Grace, and others. Third are the industrial medicines. These medicines are intended for the employees and dependents. Suppliers must provide single pricing for all MVP group of companies. These includes the employees and dependents of PLDT, Meralco, Maynilad, Felix Mining, and all MPHHI hospitals and other MPHHI companies, subsidiaries, and affiliates, other further group company acquisitions, and selected corporate accounts. Last are government medicines. These medicines are used for government programs with the purpose of providing medical assistance to indigent patients and those who require financial assistance. This will cover the medicines of programs such as, but not limited to, PCSO ASAP program, PhilHealth's Z Benefit Package, and other government programs that any of the MPHHI hospitals will participate in. There are several industry models for an outpatient pharmacy. It can either be a joint venture agreement between the drugstore and the hospital, lease or rental of hospital space by a third-party drugstore, or an operations and management contract with a third-party service provider for hospital-owned outpatient pharmacies. Our current engagement with MedExpress for our outpatient pharmacies is an operations and management contract. Here, the hospital retains ownership of the outpatient pharmacy but using the MedExpress brand. The hospital issues the purchase order, pays the supplier, and owns the inventory. Thus, patient and transfer data are owned by the hospital. All acquisition prices for these MedExpress outpatient pharmacies are negotiated by MPHHI Medicine Sourcing Team. On top of the outright purchase price discount, we highly encourage suppliers to still enter into a partnership program with our outpatient pharmacies and with MedExpress to help capture the prescription coming from the doctors and help increase sales. Dear Spacer, now that you have familiarized yourself with our medicine sourcing RFQ process, you are now ready to proceed to our next destination. Pack your bags and join us as we invite you to visit Davao Doctors Hospital to create your Spacer account. Welcome to your space. In order to participate with our medicine sourcing request for quotation, suppliers must first provide the following contact details during the pre-RFQ conference: name of authorized supplier representative, position of authorized supplier representative, mobile number, and email address. To avail the RFQ document package, suppliers must pay a participation fee. We shall be accepting payments in either cash or check. Check payments must be made payable to East Manila Hospital Managers Corporation. Congratulations! You are now ready to proceed to our next destination. Pack your gear and let's drive our way to Riverside Medical Center to get your next instruction. Step 1. Before you prepare your RFQ commercial proposal, ensure that you have read the RFQ document in order to fully understand our requirements. Step 2. You are now ready to prepare your RFQ commercial proposal. Included in the document package is the CD that contains the official and alternative price offer forms, proposal guidelines, and templates to be used in preparing your RFQ proposals. Open the Excel file official price offer form and start encoding your price offers. In the official price offer form, input the mandatory information on the cells and items where you wish to participate on. If you have products not included in the list, we encourage you to provide us with your alternative price offer to complete our medicine database. Suppliers can submit other packaging formats of the same brand not included in the list. For example, Biogesic is available in boxes of 100 tablets, boxes of 8 tablets, as well as in effervescent granules format. You may also submit price offer for other paracetamol brands that are not included in the list. Suppliers must first provide price offers to what is specified or requested in the official price offer form. Otherwise, supplier can fill up the alternative price offer form. Items that are considered as alternative offers are the following. 1. Suppliers can submit price offers of other packaging formats of their products not included in the list. 2. If you have alternative brands that are not included in the RFQ list. 3. And if you have other SKUs carried by your company that is not covered by the RFQ. Note that all alternative offers shall follow the existing pharmacy inclusion policy of each hospital. Now that you have completely filled up the official and/or alternative price offer form, you can now prepare your documents for submission. Stop! You've reached a roadblock. We have detected that you have not complied with our price ceiling conditions. To ensure that suppliers comply with our price ceiling conditions, kindly pay attention to the following instructions. RFQ price offers should not be higher than whichever is lower between the following conditions. 1. RFQ price offer should not be higher than the current purchase price of any of the MPHHI hospitals. 2. RFQ price offer should have at least the same % discount versus trade price as per previous contract in case the trade price has increased unless justified. For example, if your previous offer is 15% less than the previous trade price, your new price offer should at least be 15% less than the current trade price. 3. RFQ price offer should not be higher than Mercury Drug retail price, less 15% at the time of submission unless justified. 4. RFQ price offer should also be competitive enough to enable the hospital's outpatient pharmacy to implement its price match guarantee program with acceptable or positive margin. You have successfully conquered the roadblock. You may now proceed to the next step. Congratulations! You are now ready to proceed to your next destination. Gear up and let's drive our way to De Los Santos Medical Center to get your next instruction. Welcome to Manila, Spacer! You may now proceed to Step 3 and start preparing your RFQ documents. Suppliers must submit the following: Envelope number 1, Commercial Proposal; Envelope number 2, Alternative Proposal; and Envelope number 3, Medicine Technical Requirements. Now let's discuss the requirements in detail. Let's start with Envelope number 1. Commercial Proposal must contain the following documents. 1. One copy of your RFQ proposal cover letter printed in company letterhead and duly signed by the company's authorized representative. 2. One copy of the notarized letter of undertaking on acceptance of medicine sourcing RFQ procedures. 3. One copy of your supplier proposal printed in company letterhead, duly signed by the company's authorized representative. 4. One copy of your generic principal approval form applicable to all MPHHI Hospital Group member hospitals with a notation that it will be automatically extended to any hospital that MPHHI may acquire, operate, or manage, whether as controlling shareholder, significant minority shareholder, or O&M contractor or consultant. 5. One copy of the notarized letter of assurance. The letter of assurance protects the hospital in case of supplier default or non-delivery due to, but not limited to, out-of-stock situation. In case of out-of-stock situation, suppliers must issue an OS letter to MPHHI before the expected OS situation happens. As stated in the notarized letter of assurance, failure to do so gives MPHHI the right to procure the medicine from other sources and recover the cost difference and other related costs incurred from the supplier. 6. One copy of the notarized letter of undertaking on senior citizen discount or SCD reimbursement in relation to the processing of claims submitted by MPHHI hospitals based on the actual discount given to senior citizen consumers. 7. One copy of the accomplished supplier top management datasheet. Kindly provide contact details of your key officers and ensure that you give us the correct contact number and email addresses. Under Contact Person for MPHHI Group, indicate here the contact details of your company's key account officer assigned for MPHHI Hospital Group. Now let's proceed to Envelope number 2. Alternative proposal must contain the following documents. One copy of your supplier proposal printed in company letterhead, duly signed by the company's authorized representative. One copy of your generic principal approval form applicable to all MPHHI Hospital Group member hospitals with a notation that it will be automatically extended to any hospital that MPHHI may acquire, operate, or manage, whether as controlling shareholder, significant minority shareholder, or O&M contractor or consultant. Lastly, let's discuss Envelope number 3, Technical Requirements. Technical requirements or medicine eligibility requirements must contain the following documents on a per medicine product basis. 1. One copy of the Certificate of Product Registration. 2. One copy of the Certificate of Pharmaceutical Product. If this is not available, you may insert a letter stating the reason why the document cannot be submitted. 3. One copy of the Evaluation Report of Drugs or Formulary or Product Monograph. Suppliers must strictly use the product monograph format provided in the RFQ document package. 4. 1 copy of the current Certificate of Good Manufacturing Practice of the Product Manufacturer or CCGMP. For Makati Medical Center, Certificate of Good Manufacturing Practice of the Product Manufacturer or CCGMP from a developed country such as US, Europe, Singapore, Australia, and Canada, or from a PICS member country is an advantage. For local manufacturers, the manufacturing plant must be included in DOH list of drug manufacturers recognized for manufacturing excellence. 5. 1 copy of the Certificate of Patent Registration issued by IPO of the Philippines for new drug and/or generic drug application. If this is not available, you may insert a letter stating the reason why the document cannot be submitted. 6. 1 copy of at least 2 clinical trials for safety and efficacy for new drugs, preferably Phase 3 RCT, peer-reviewed and published. If this is not available, you may insert a letter stating the reason why the document cannot be submitted. 7. 1 copy of the bioavailability and/or bioequivalence report using Filipino subjects for generic equivalents in capsule or tablet forms. For bioequivalence study done outside of the Philippines, the BioE report must be validated by any of the BioE centers such as LaSalle, CEDRES, or UP-PGH. Suppliers must submit dissolution study if oral solid dosage form of generic product is of BCS Class 1 and 3. If this is not available, you may insert a letter stating the reason why the document cannot be submitted. Congratulations, Spacer! You have reached your final destination. Just a couple of important reminders before you embark on your next journey. 1. Upon issuance of the Notice of Award, please ensure that prices are properly maintained in the respective distributor system within a period of 1 month from the receipt of the document and will not change during the course of the contract to avoid price mismatch. In case of price mismatch, principals must ensure that issues will be resolved within 48 hours because of the following reasons. 1. Price mismatch will result in low availability of medicines due to non-delivery. 2. The hospitals will not be able to meet the required sales target. 3. In case that the medicines are purchased at higher price, hospitals will have zero or negative profit because of our price match guarantee program. 2. In case of product transfer, the current supplier must inform MPHHI at least 1 month prior to the effectivity of the transfer, as well as provide the new supplier the approved MPHHI prices. The new supplier must ensure that MPHHI prices will be extended in their system prior to its effectivity. Thank you for being a part of our space. We hope to see you on your next journey.